Hi, I'm Bear.
And I'm Butterfly.
Hey, Butterfly. I was listening to the radio with my mom, and they were talking about how important ecosystems are. But what are ecosystems?
Ecosystems are cycles of nature. It's when the animals and the plants work together to sustain their environment. Why do you ask?
Well, they were talking about how it's bad if we mess with them. I wonder what would happen if we messed with an ecosystem. Can we fix it?
If we mess with ecosystems, it can be very bad, even leading to some creatures becoming extinct. One of our 7 U principles is about protecting our environment and helping to heal it from human messes. This actually reminds me of a place called Borneo and the parachuting cats. The mosquitoes in Borneo were terrible. On bad days, the people of Borneo would be covered in mosquito bites, and the mosquito bites made them itch and scratch like mad.
The itching made them uncomfortable, but the real problem with mosquitoes was that they carried a sickness called malaria. This meant that sometimes people who got bitten by mosquitoes would get really sick or even die.
Scientists from an agency called the World Health Organization wanted to stop the people of Borneo from getting sick and dying of malaria. They decided to do something about those mosquitoes.
They sprayed a chemical called DDT all around the villages of Borneo because they knew that would kill the mosquitoes. It worked. The mosquitoes died and the people stopped catching malaria.
Everything seemed fine. But when the people didn't know at first was that the mosquitoes weren't the only insects the DDT had killed. Some wasps died too. These were parasitic wasps whose larvae ate caterpillars.
Without the wasps, there wasn't balance in the ecosystem because they were not there to eat the caterpillar's larvae. The caterpillar population began to grow and grow. More and more caterpillars were born and they were hungry and they ate and they ate and they ate.
The problem was the people of Borneo lived in houses with thatched roofs made out of grass that we call thatched roofs. The caterpillars ate holes in the thatched roofs and soon the roofs began to fall in. The people of Borneo replaced the roofs, but there was an even bigger problem to deal with.
The wasps weren't the only insects that ate the DDT. Cockroaches and other insects did too. So the cockroaches and other insects began to get sick. And these insects were food for Borneo's small lizards, the geckos. The more cockroaches and other insects the geckos ate, the more DDT got inside the geckos, and the geckos began to die too.
And the geckos of Borneo were eaten by cats. And since they ate the geckos, the cats began to die too. But even worse, the cats were important because they killed the rats. When the cats died, there wasn't a balance to the ecosystem. There were not enough cats to kill the rats. So the rat population of Borneo grew and grew and grew too. The rats began to overpopulate. More and more rats were born.
The trouble with the rats is that just like mosquitoes, they often carry serious diseases which people can catch from them. Now the people of Borneo worry that they might have an outbreak of the plague or another illness that could kill lots of people.
The people of Borneo realized they needed more cats to bring back the balance to their ecosystem. Some were borrowing from neighbor villages, but they still needed more cats. And that is why in 1959 members of the British Royal Air Force flew over Borneo in a helicopter and sent 20 cats in parachutes to the ground. Can you imagine that? 20 cats in parachutes, all because nature got out of balance.
That's a crazy story, Butterfly.
And it's all real. Ecosystems are there to keep things balanced. If there's too much of something or too little of something, it can put everyone in danger, even people. That's why we have to make sure we keep our ecosystems safe.
If you see trash on the ground or a worm on the sidewalk, do the right thing and put them where they belong. It may seem small, but helping keep the world clean and saving worms can help protect our ecosystems.
respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are a part. That's our 7th UU principle. This week, think about our story and how you can bring the world into balance and make a difference. Goodbye for now, friends.